Hi, this is Elizabeth, your keto coach and mentor. I want to thank you guys for joining me here today, and hopefully that you'll find some of this information very helpful and useful as you're starting or probably starting your ketogenic journey, or you've been on it for a while, or you're getting back on again. I want to thank you for that. I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe, so go ahead and hit your subscribe button down below so every time I get a new video that comes out, you'll get to see it and take a look at it firsthand. A question that gets asked a lot of me and what I did along this ketogenic lifestyle is how to avoid temptation. And that's a very difficult one. I know, I understand. I was a foodie. I was 297 pounds, so I know just want to eat every cookie, every donut, every ice cream in between meals. And I'm talking, my meals used to consist of fast food twice a day, 6 days a week. So I understand where you're coming from. I understand the struggle, especially now with the holidays coming up. I totally get it. I totally see it. I know the foods that are out there during this time of year, and it's very difficult to say no. But eventually you get to a certain point in your lifestyle where there is no food that tastes as good as feeling good does. And I'm at that point where if I want something, I think about it twice, because I've come a long way. I don't want to digress. I don't want to go back to where I used to be. And so something that I hope that you can take from this is learning how to prepare yourself mentally to the temptations that are out there. Food is everywhere. You can't avoid food. It's at home, it's at work, it's in the marketplace. You drive somewhere, there's food places everywhere you drive, and within a block there's probably 4 or 5 places for you to eat, and it's not always the good thing, it's not always the best choices. And a lot of the thing about how to avoid temptation, 90% of that is going to be mental preparation. You need to learn to change some words in your vocabulary or in your mind that will enable you to become stronger-willed. I've learned to say, I choose not to have that, as opposed to I can't have that. Because the more you say I can't, the more you're going to want it. And that's just how it is. We're humans. That's human nature. That's what happens. So tell yourself, I choose not to have it. You give your words a little bit more power, a little bit more meaning, and it tends to work. It worked for me quite a bit. I made it a point to clear out a cupboard in my kitchen. I'm a crafter, I love to make scrapbooks, and I love to do things, make things. And I thought, I made things for everything else in my life. Why not designate a cupboard or a pantry in my house or in my home that was just for me? Make it special, Some of you may know people who are into crafty, or if you're not crafty, you may know somebody who is, have bedazzled a cupboard, put your name on it, put a keto cupboard, whatever. Make it a special place for your food, because food is special, A lot of us through the years food has become our pacifier, has become an emotional thing. That I was an emotional eater. So I understand what food does for people. And food should not have to make you, food should not run your life. Food should not be your life. Food should be an energy source to fuel your body, to let you do the things that you've wanted to do your whole life. And so I have a different respect for food. I have a different opinion, a different view about food, which will come as your journey comes along. You'll begin to understand what I'm talking about if you're not there already. Mindset. Don't set yourself up for failure. Positive words in your head. Again, I choose not to have that instead of I can't have that. Another way to avoid temptation, make that cupboard like I said. Designate it, put all your keto-friendly things that you have in there. Make that your one special place to go. You should feel special going into somewhere to reach for your food. It shouldn't have to be in the back of a cupboard. It shouldn't be way at the top where you can't see it. Out of sight, out of mind. You don't want that. You want this to be the place that you're going to look forward to going to, You get excited about it. I know it sounds weird right now, but that's where I'm at now at this point in my life, where I have been for quite some time. Make the food, your pantry, a spa for your food, so to speak, I think you know what I'm talking about, and make that special. Put everything that you get for yourself or for your keto into that space. Sorry for the pounding. I'm so sorry. I wasn't expecting that, but make that a special place. Something else that I love to do, being that I'm by myself now, I don't necessarily go to Costco's anymore, or big markets like that. But if you do go, you know, you get your pork rinds and things that you would normally snack on, your pepperonis, your cheese sticks, salami, things like that. Buy them in bulk and cut them up and separate them. I was a fan of pre-packaging everything, you know. I was not a snacker. I pretty much stayed satiated between meals, but I have a lot of clients who love to snack and a lot of friends that do. And so I had recommended, which is probably no big news to you, you've probably heard this before, is get your bags, get the snack size baggies, you know, Ziploc bags, and separate all of your snacks ahead of time. Once you get home, what I used to do is I would get home, put everything out on my cupboard, on my counter, and then get my baggies out, or your containers, whatever you prefer, and I would already immediately separate everything according to serving size and place it in the baggies. Whether it was my pork rinds, whether it was olives, whether it was nuts, whether it was my macadamia nuts, whether it was pepperoni slices, everything was pre-measured for me. That kept me on track and kept me within my macros. And I know this will be helpful to you as well, because if you're the kind that will just have a bag of almonds, you're just going to continuously eat because it's keto friendly and because it's a healthy option, doesn't mean that you can just go all in with the bag as well. You have to be conscious of the amount of food that you're eating. The serving size is absolutely critical with the ketogenic diet, in my opinion. So pre-package or pre-bag your snacks ahead of time. Take those snacks with you. A lot of you may have children who are still in sports or in some kind of band, and you guys are always traveling, you're on the road. Have these ready ahead of time. Just grab a few and put them in your bag. If you're gonna go to the movies, grab one of those as well. You know, at the movies, there's really nothing keto friendly unless you're gonna get a hot dog, take out the bun. You know, I've done that. You know, I won't eat their popcorn, and I just won't. Have your prepackaged snacks in your bags and you're fine. Or eat before you go. You know, when you go somewhere and you know you're going to be hungry, or you know you're hungry and haven't eaten yet, you're most likely going to make a bad decision. So eat ahead of time. Eat before you leave. Take the snacks, carry them in the bag, and just because they're in your bag doesn't mean you have to eat them, but they'll be there for you in case you do. Then you have a better food choice, a better option. Another thing to do is just don't buy the stuff that you know will put you back. You know, I pretty much stay along the outside perimeter of any market that I go to. I very rarely go in between the aisles unless I need my almond flour or I will need my Rouse spaghetti sauce. Other than that, I really don't have a need to go in the middle aisles. I really don't. Stay along the outer perimeter. Another great to avoid temptation, don't go shopping when you're hungry. Worst thing you can do, because everything's going to sound good and the choices that you're going to make are not going to be the very good ones. I found that to be very helpful for my case, especially as I was starting out onto my journey. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that you can't have those foods that got you in trouble in the first place forever. It's just for now. You know, right now while you're starting on your journey, you don't want to sabotage yourself early on. You don't want to set yourself up for failure early on. Give yourself a fighting chance to see this through till the end. And every day, I promise, gets better. You need to not focus and worry about what you can't have and focus on when you can have. Because for every food option out there, there is a keto version of it. I know it. You know, I was the one looking, I loved my cakes. You know, I loved my cookies. I loved chocolate. I loved eating junk food. Now, I really don't find myself craving any of those things. I don't snack. I don't go back and eat the meals that got me in trouble. Everything has changed. My mindset has changed. My palate has changed. My choices have become so much better. Once you start to move the way you want, once you start to feel great like I do, you know, you don't want to jeopardize it, you know, no matter how far along the journey it is. And so I'm hoping that these tips help you. Very easy, very basic. I don't think I said anything that didn't surprise you or that you were shocked about, you know. A lot of things in keto are not first times you're going to be hearing them, or maybe it is, and I'm absolutely excited about that, because I get excited when people learn and they implement things that I've taught them, and they're becoming very successful at it. And when I hear from my clients, that's the best thing. So if Hopefully this video gave you a little bit of insight. If you have more questions, please post them in the comments below. I have my links to my Instagram and my Facebook here as well. I have keto groups on Facebook, which you're more than welcome to look into and join if you like. It's all free information, free tips, free videos, just a lot of helpful things. And if there's any other suggestions that you would like to see on my channel, please drop them in the comments below and I will happily address those as soon as possible. In the meantime, stay strong. Keto on, my friends, keto on. Have a wonderful holiday and God bless. I'll see you guys later. Bye.